proud to be sponsored by Diamond Bright, the car care products that have been keeping the furious fleet looking their best for a long time already. To find all you need to keep your car clean and protected, follow the link below to diamondbright.co.uk.
Hello, welcome to Furious Driving. This is a 5-minute walk around review and quick drive review of this 1999 V-plate? Oh yeah, probably 99. Probably 1999 Fiat Marea 100 16-valve Weekend. This is one of the rarest cars on the road in the UK. We're very grateful to Morsels and Motors and Also Driven channel to loan it to us for our weekend transport up to the NEC every day. Myself and Mr. Hubnut is doing his best to stay out of shot. He's trying to stay out of shot for me, which is very kind. This is one of the rarest cars in the UK because basically no one bought them when they were new. Those of them who did keep them didn't save them, because why would you save a Fiat estate that no one liked in the first place? But the fact is, it's a really nice car. I've never driven one, or not driven one in about a decade and a half. But this is proving to be really nice wheels. It's got that typical turn of the millennium Fiat styling with the little squinty lights like you found on the Puntos, which got squintier and squintier as the generation has gone on. The little slot radiator grille at the front, which is just hard black plastic. There's no grille bits, just a little Fiat logo in the centre. Very sleek styling, but some nice little curves as well. That lovely Bravo-esque front corner, but we've got some real basicness as well. Just basic hubcaps. They're not proper genuine Fiat ones, though, not your aftermarkets. 100, which is the trim level, and a 16-valve, which I think is a 1.6. The tiniest mirrors you're ever going to see. The little squinty look is continuing there. Moving up to, well, it's a long roof, obviously it's got a long roof, but the hardest, heaviest, most solid, load-bearing roof bars you're ever going to come across, which go down into a nice, very nice bit of design. You can see how they've actually thought about this. There's integral tail lights with the included separate pods of lamps, which is a very 1990s styling aspect. Moving inside the Marea Weekend, oh, it's an SX, I should say. That's kind of a mid-level trim. Actually, no, SX is base mid-level, isn't it? S and SX, really low. A huge boot. This thing is absolutely cavernous. So useful. You need to move stuff in a exuberant Italian way. This is the car for it. Full-size spare wheel, because good.
Come back, Mr. Man.
Oh, did we miss something?
You're missing this.
Oh, missed that. Oh, my word. That is just amazing.
I don't know what the point is of it at all.
I think it's great because, well, that's a high load lip, which, yeah, okay, that's annoying. So you push that button and you've got a flat load level, and it also extends your load areas of carrying long things. But I don't see the point of doing it though, because it would have been easier just to have a flat bumper in the first place, wouldn't it? That's a lot of engineering and a lot of weight actually for literally no purpose at all. Maybe it's because you need a crash bar just there and you can't have that in the boot lid. Perhaps. I don't know, but there's a very, very low entry boot. That's really handy. If you're carrying pallets of bricks, this is a great car for you. And we have this fantastic, again, 1990s crazy fabric. This is Ren and Stimpy on cloth, which is not a weird 90s drug, I have to say. In the back, we've got many amenities. Well, not that many. We've got a door handle, we've got a window winder, a door lock, door pocket, or seat pocket, and an air vent, which doesn't go up and down, just left and right, and a lash tray, because, well, it's Italian, everyone smokes. In the front, there is, well, quite nice stuff. We'll look at that on the road. Okay, let's get ourselves on the road for a little experiment of what the Marea Weekend is like. Now, it's a 1.6, which is a little underpowered, unless you get it sort of getting onto the cam, not the red line exactly, but certainly you need to give it some beans for it to come alive. Then it will wake up, and it's actually really entertaining. It has that 1990s feel, quite a soft, smooth, sprung suspension system, which rolls quite a lot through the corners, but it does give you a nice ride that grips as well. So if you want to fling it through a bend, well, you can fling it through a bend and it'll roll around, but it will stick to the ground for you, which is great. It's got fairly thick posts for a 1990s car, but still got great all-round visibility. It does feel very light and airy. Let's not crash on a humpback bridge. I mean, it's not rapidly rapid. That's 40 miles an hour, and it's starting to sound a bit fun. So it's the kind of car you can have a lot of fun with without really getting into trouble, which is another good thing. There's lots to like about this car. Corner. It does lean.
Test that turning circle. Yep.
Just going to do it. Yep.
Yay.
Hey, there we go. So the Marea is actually a really interesting car. It's very much like the Punto in terms of styling, but expanded and made a wee bit posher. There's certain things like the steering wheel has a weird indent inside the rim, which I find fascinating. But the materials don't feel any posher than the Punto. And we've got things like a big scoop out of the dashboard. This T-shelf is very curious. Got room for one mug and maybe a small baby croissant just in there, nothing more. These conical speakers, little domes of audio power in the corners of the dashboard. Very interesting. Big area of blowing vents up at the top of the windscreen just there, moving into an hourglass figure for the centre section just here. So I thought it didn't have aircon. It does have aircon. It does have a max def button, so we are in full 90s wrap mode, and we can choose centigrade or Fahrenheit on our units. Doors are quite interesting, interestingly sculpted, going a very long way into the door, pressing on the outside to give you lots of elbow room. Power away! Coming through. Butterflies.
Nice and composed over that.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? How's the horn sound? Oh,
Good.
Italian pop.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, I've driven this car last night and it was interesting. I'll drive it tomorrow and give you more impressions, but right now I'll pass over to Mr. Seabrook and let give him his impressions of the thing.
It seems pretty decent.
Thank you.
It's just a 1.6.
It is a little underpowered. It's okay when you're on the move. It's got good mid-range grunt, but pulling away from rest it feels a little bit like it could use more. So this car has been loaned to us by the very kind gentleman at Morsels and Motors, who are now also known as Also Driven.
Yeah. Specifically Jim McGill, who was a bit of a ledge on the old Twitter.
Under the Also.
Yeah, and also in Fiat circles. He's done crazy things like driven a Fiat Tempera across America. I think a Fiat Panda as well. So he always seems to be on the road having some amazing adventures.
Often in a small Fiat.
Yeah.
But this time in a large Fiat.
Yeah, but he was actually going to sell this one.
It still is technically for sale.
Yeah, 2.5 grand he's after, and to be honest, you'd be hard pushed to find another one. 40,000 miles, and the condition seems. I've mostly seen it in the dark so far, but the condition seems really nice.
Interior-wise, it's like new. There's a minor thingy on the bonnet.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's a thing on the back bumper as well. Other than that, it's pretty much immaculate.
Yeah, it's a really nice car to drive.
I really enjoyed it.
It's a bit revvy, I'll say.
Yeah.
We're not even doing 60, and we're already up to about 3,000 revs.
And that's in fifth, isn't it? So yeah, pulling away. I felt it was a bit underpowered, but you do need to just give it lots of beans.
Yeah.
Then it goes.
Drive it like an Italian.
Yeah, it's always getting an Italian tune-up.
Yeah. Yeah, really nice car. Thank you very much for loaning it to us.
Well, yeah, we very much appreciate this and are very much enjoying it. My one gripe with the car, if I was going to be really mega critical of this thing, the mirrors are absolutely tiny. Really hard. Pulling on and off the motorway was actually quite tricky last night, and the first few miles I did spend hunting for the mirror adjusting switch anywhere. Where is it? Knobs, yes. I was looking down here because Italians often hide them down by the handbrake. Not this time. Not in the middle, not underneath the steering wheel. Here on the door. It does, it's very soft, it's a real 90s soft ride, which is quite nice. Because it's got that Italian thing, it rolls, but it grips.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really feel unconfident, it feels like you can have a lot of fun with the car while you're just blatting around.
I realised I was too busy recording, I wasn't actually paying any attention at all to the sound.
We are probably going to the NEC.
Yeah, you do have to wait for it.
Yeah, it's almost like a turbo, but there isn't one.
Yeah, very different to the 5-pot.
Very much so, yeah.
And I think you could get the Marea as a 5-pot.
You definitely could. Petrol, I think, yeah. Or both, actually.
There was a 5-pot diesel, yeah.
Yeah, that's the same engine. Oh, hang on, is it the same engine
as JTD?
Yeah, as the Alpha 156, which is the same engine I had in my car, which was an absolute storming engine. This is going off piste for this video, but that car I remapped to 200 horsepower, and I forget how many newton meters of torque, but it was amazingly quick for such a light car. It's brilliant. Oh, I missed that car. I would buy that car back in a heartbeat, but it's not on the DVLA anymore, which is a shame. This is so much fun. 5-speed gearbox, no 6th there obviously, and 5th does feel a little, well, under-geared to be perfectly honest when you hit the motorway. But the first 4 are really designed for, well, acceleration with a smaller engine, which is the Italian way. Because that's what the Italians do really well, isn't it? They build really good small cars that are buzzy and quick and fun and just enjoyable. And they've trying to transfer that feel of this to a bigger car, like a full-size family estate. So that's quite a different take on that general idea of how you do a big estate car. It's nice to have something a bit different for a change. It's just a shame that the rest of the country didn't agree with me and no one bought one. Oh well, there you go. That's it for Big Fiats, really. Anyway, thank you so much to Mossels and Motors and Also Driven for the loan of this brilliant Marea for the weekend, which I've really enjoyed driving. Thank you, and thank you from Mr. Hubnut who's also driven it. Off to the NEC. Goodbye. Like and subscribe, you know that stuff.